Hello, and welcome back. It's puzzle time once again with Sudoku Sleuth. And we have yet another exciting puzzle once again here, and you can see that in the thumbnail today, where Sleuth is visiting the Tree of Life. Now, I'm going to apologize before I put on the next screen, where the creator here, which is Willpower once again, has actually used some Chinese characters that won't show up on the screen for you, and please accept my apologies. But those Chinese characters essentially just stand for summer, which we'll take a look at in a second. Now, it is not named the Tree of Life, but I always seem to strive recently for naming puzzle videos after movies, such as The Tree of Life, a fantastic. Is it fantastic? Definitely prefer The Martian. I think, that's a much more entertaining movie. If you haven't seen that, watch yesterday's video, or obviously watch the movie itself. That's even better. But what we have today is Tree in Summer or Sommer by Willpower. And I don't know how I missed this puzzle because it's been out already for probably well over a week at this point, but somehow I missed it as something that needs to be featured on this channel. And as you know, I'm absolutely a sucker for puzzles that tell a story, such as this one. You can see a beautiful tree here with kind of the outline in green of all the leaves. Obviously, the kind of the trunk here down the middle and a couple of branches. Amazing, amazing as always, being able to see how all of these things are drawn on just a simple Sudoku grid. And on top of all of that, I imagine it will be yet another phenomenal puzzle to solve. So let's take a look at the rule sets that would help us solve it. We have normal Sudoku rules apply. We know what these are. That's digits 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. I say every 3 by 3 box, and then I draw very odd, not even a box I would call, but digits 1 to 9 and all of those, we know all of that. German whispers, so numbers on green line are at least 5 apart from their neighbors on the lines. Again, regular viewers of the channel would mean, for example, if this is a 7, this would have to be from 1 or 2 to be 5 away, and you end up oscillating between high digits, low digits, and the cycle repeats. And as usual, high digits will be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Low digits will be 1, 2, 3, or 4. No prizes for guessing why 5 does not belong on a German whispers line. And if you've guessed that's because 5 away would be 0 or 10, you are correct. Now, numbers may repeat on green lines. Okay, that's fairly standard. RENBAN. Numbers on the brown line are a set of non-repeating consecutive numbers in any order, which is probably referencing these branches and this tree trunk, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's 3, and that's another 3. So we've got the digits 1 to 9 on these lines somehow. What else do we have? Numbers in cages, sum to the number in the top left. So we've got quite a few what I would call killer cages, such as these two cells that have the number 10 up there in the top left, and essentially it's saying that these two cells have to sum up to 10, exactly 10. And these two have to sum up to 7. Lastly, numbers with a white dot between them are consecutive, and numbers with a black dot between them are in a ratio of 1 to 2. And we have, wow, quite a few of them sprayed throughout the puzzle, really. All of these are either sort of black Kropke dots, traditionally what they're called, or white Kropke dots. So if this is a 2, this could be 1 or 3 to be consecutive. If this is a 2, it will have to be 4 away, sorry, in a 2 to 1 ratio, that could be 1, and that could be 4. And kind of up to us to determine as part of the solve. Not all possible dots are given, so there are no negative constraints to help us today. I think if you are somewhat of a beginner to Sudoku variants, no negative constraints is quite helpful because they end up being quite critical to the solve and very easy to miss, in my experience. Now, that's all the rules we have for today. So with our normal Sudoku rules and just a handful of constraints, Willpower expects us to be able to solve this puzzle with 0 digits in the grid. And so we shall give it our very best attempt. If you want to play along, link will be in the description down below as per usual. And with that said, let's restart the clock and see how we get on. Now, when I was explaining, actually, no, I'm probably going to just pencil this one in first. So 7 is an extremely restricted cage because it appears on a German whispers line. Because it's saying there's a low digit here and a high digit. And the minimum these would be is essentially a 1. 5 away would be a 6. So this is, in fact, our pencil marks here. There is a 1-6 pair. We don't know the order of it just yet. And I assume there'll be a 1 in here somewhere, followed by, because, you know, the 6 would have to be joined with a 1 here and a 1 there. We just don't know where the 1 is. I'm not going to pencil mark across boxes. Normally, I like to start by coloring our German whispers line. We actually happen to know that a 15 cell in 2 cells can only ever be composed of high digits, because it's either a 6-9 pair that will add up to 15, or it's a 7-8 pair. What it isn't is, you know, a 4 joined with an 11, for example. I can't even write that in the puzzle. So we know that this cell critically on this cell here, critically on this German whispers line is high. As a result, so are all these cells that are, not that one, so are these every other cells are going to be high as well. And I'm just going to go for them all in one go. These are all going to be high digits. That's low, low, low. And I'm just double checking I've selected things correctly. And these are all low, pardon me. Blue is low, red is high. Think of it almost like a thermometer where, you know, cold, as in blue, is a low degree. Red is high, as in, you know, it's warm. We don't know what this is yet, and I don't know how helpful it will be for us to actually pencil mark this. Now, what is attracting my attention, though, are boxes 7 and 8. Now, if you think about black Kropke dots in particular, let's start with those. They can only be from the cells that I've just penciled in. And the following cells, 5, 7, and 9, can never really be on a black Kropke dot because you'll end up with some sort of nonsense digit. Either the 5 would become 2.5 to get to 5, or 10, which clearly can't fit. And we have the same problem with 7 and 9, it's 3.5 or 14, or 4.5 and 18. Now, the other thing to think about for these black Kropke dots is they almost appear in 2 different groups. You've got the 1, 2, 4, 8 group that are essentially consecutive. You can go 1 times 2 is a 2, times 2 is a 4, times 2 is an 8, or 3 times 6 is a 3, 3 times 2 is a 6. What is I'm going to point out in here, though, is essentially because we've got 3 of these in consecutive, so it's either a 1, 2, 4 set or a 2, 4, 8 set. In any case, there's a 2, 4 in the middle. And because we've used 3 of these from the 1, 2, 4, 8 set, this can only be 3, 6. Now, I don't know what these are. These are from 1, 2, 4, or 8. I can still pencil mark them in, but, you know, it's not essentially helpful at this point. Now, I'm just going to actually write it back up here for a second, and let's take a look at box 8, where I think it's really interesting. And have a think about the fact that we need a white Kropke dot to join 2 separate pairs. Now, if I look at this, I know that it's not an 8. There's nothing in this group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 that is 1 apart from 8. It's not 6. It's one of 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, I'm going to take this a step further. Notice that we have 3 separate black Kropke pairs. And the grouping of that can only be 1, 2, 3, 6, and 4, 8. I don't see any other way of being able to actually fill in these 3 dominoes with any other pairings. So we essentially have a pair in here, which has a digit that joins another pair in here. And when I look at this, I'm going to go as far as saying, because the 1 and the 2 have to be together on a black Kropki dot, the 1 can't possibly be joining the 2 in here. So it's not a 1, it's 2, 3, or 4. Clearly, to be 1 away, 3 has to be on here, joined with either a 2 or a 4. And down here we have a 6 for sure. And it's either a 1 or an 8. Yeah, the 2 is joined with a 1, the 4 is joined with an 8. That all seems in order to me. And up here, we have either a 1-2 pair or a 4-8 pair. And these are from 5, 7, 9 because these are the only digits that cannot go on a black Kropki dot. Hope that was reasonably clear and haven't really muddled this up. But I'd love to hear back from this group in the comments. Now here is something that's interesting. 2, 4. So we've essentially got a triplet here. 2, 3, and 4. Which means that there is no way that this is a 2, 4. This is either going 1, 2, 4, or 8, 4, 2. So that's a 2, 4 pair in this column, and it's going either in descending order or ascending order. With these 3 and 6s as in the corners, we obviously know what these are now. We can fill those in. That's a 6, that's a 3. It's joined, so we've already placed essentially in this column, in this row, pardon me, 2, 3, and 4, and essentially have another 2 sets of the 5, 7, 9 and a 1, 8. I don't necessarily know which is which just yet. What I do know though is I have a 3, 6 up here. Just normal Sudoku, you've got a 6 in here and the 6 corners, 3 and 3, and that means that the 3 6s are up here. They're clearly not being joined by a white dot, so there is another dot, there's another digit that's joining either the 3 or the 6 in here, and it's not joining in there. This is a 3, 6 cell, so it's either going 3, it is not 3, because we just said that 2 and 4 are gone because of this triplet. So 3 would have to be adjacent to either a 2 or a 4 to be 1 away. That's a 6. That's from 5 or 7. That's one of the 3 we needed. This is a 3 joined with either a 2 or a 4. And incredibly, we have again the same experience where it's either a 1, 2, and this is 3, 4, or it's a 4, 8, and this is a 2, 3. So once again, the 2 4s are gone along with the 3. I could have known that because clearly we've just pencil marked it here. We don't have 5, 7, 9 up here because that would eliminate all the options. So one of the 5, 7, 9s is down here, along with 2 5, 7, 9s and the 1, 8 that is missing from this black Kropki. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got a 5, 7, 9 and a 1, 8. And one of them has to be adjacent, and I think it's going to have to be the 1. Yeah, it could actually be 1 or 5, because that could be an 8. Therefore, the 1 can be available and can join the 2. Or I can put the 5 in here, 4 and 3. Now, regardless, the 3 is not there. 3 is here. That looks all in order to me. 5, 7, so it's either 6, 5, 4, or 6, 7, 8. That's a 4, 8. Now, interestingly, notice these 3 are still connected. And I haven't pencil marked in the 9 anywhere in this box. So there is a 9 here, 8, 7. This is an 8. This is a 7, 9 pair. Therefore, this is the 4. the 5, the 1, the 2. This is doing all the work for us now. 4, 2. These are not 4. This is a 2, 3 pair. Therefore, this is not 8. It's a 1, 6 pair. And now we have a 4, 8 pair up here. That's not 5. We have a 7, 9. We don't know what that is yet. 5, 7, 9. We don't know what that is yet either. You know, just amazing puzzles as always from Willpower. You know, diagrammatically beautiful, at the same time just, you know, so interwoven when it comes to the logic, and you just really need to be paying a lot of attention. So speaking of, let's have a look at what these German whispers have to offer. So this is a high digit, can't be a 6, it's 7, 8, or 9. Needs to be able to add 15, so the 9 would be joined with a 6, or the 7, 8 would form a 7, 8 pair here. This is blue, we know that. Now if this is 1, 2, yeah, it's 1, 6, it's not really interesting. This is not 7 or 9 or 6, because we've got 7, 9 in the column, got 6 in the box. This is an 8, this is a 2. Therefore, this is 7 or 9 again. It's not 6, it's not 5 away, and it's also pencil marked in the box. And 8 is gone, so it can only be from 7 and 9. It's not 1 or 2. This is 3 or 4, which immediately tells us this is not a 7. Because 7 can only be placed next to a 2 and a 1, and the 1 is no longer an option. So this is 3 or 4, therefore this is 8 or 9. This is not 1 or 4, this is 2 or 3, 1 not available in the row, 4 not available in the column. 2 or 3, so this is 7, 8, or 9. This is 3 or 4, therefore 7 once again is not available. You know, 1 and 2 are down here, so couldn't have possibly made this to be a 7. 3 or 4 means again we have 8 or 9, and we have actually 8, 9 in the column now. And I think we can actually solve this 21 box just using, you know, the rule of 45 of Sudoku. And, you know, if you're not familiar with that, every column, as we said in the rule sets, must have the digits 1 through to 9. If you add them all up, they add up to 45. We have already placed 15 of them. We know that this is 21, so 15 and 21 will get us to, is it 36? Yep. And therefore, this has to be a 9. I'm doing the math correctly, aren't I? 15 and 9 is 24. 24 and 21 is 45. This is an 8. Unfortunately, it doesn't disambiguate anymore because 3 or 4 are valid, so it's 2 and 3 here. But we do know what they are, and we're now left with 1, 2, 3, and 7 that all need to go in here, in this cage, to make 21. Yep, the 9 does some work here. This is not a 9, this is not a 6, therefore the 8 tells us the order. This is 7, this is 8. Therefore, this is 1 or 3. 2 is not available because of the column. And this is also 1, 2, or 3. 7 and 8 are gone. Both of these can actually be 1, so surprisingly 6, 9 are both viable options. Are they viable options? No, they aren't. Because you see, these two blue digits see each other in the column. So if that's a 6, that would mean 1 here, and 1 there. That's really clearly not going to work. So that is a 9. And we have 1 already placed in the row. This is from 2, 3, and 4. All of which is available, unfortunately. We can have as low as a 2 here. So that's 7 or 9. Can't be a 6 because we've got a 2 adjacent. Can't be an 8 because it's in the column. I'm not going to continue coloring, by the way. I feel like I've got all the value that I need from there. 5, 7, 9. You can see looking at the column, that means these are a 5-7 pair, and this is a 3-4 pair to complete the box alongside this 3-4. This is a 5. I'm sure a few of you shouted at me earlier to see sort of spot this. And now we've got 179 in the row. That's the 1. This is 7-9. Don't know the orders of those yet. Therefore, this is a 5. That's not a 5. I'm surprised how long it's taken me to... Well, it hasn't taken me yet because I haven't actually disambiguated it, but I would have thought by now we would actually know what's in box 8, but it just doesn't seem like it wants to give up its secrets just yet. The 9 can be really next to any number. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is available. Pardon me. Can this be 1, 2? Actually, I'm kind of doubting that now because 1, 2, this would be a 6. This would be 3 or 4, and this can be 3 or 4, so that's fine actually. Yeah. Nothing obvious just yet here. Right, we've got 2 1s looking at this, 2 1s looking at this. We have 1s in here. I'm actually going to go a bit further. No, we have 1s in here. Because I was going to say we need to have a 1 on... Yeah, here's a bit of logic actually. We need to have a 9 on this tree. Well, tree and its branches. 9 is not in there. 9 is not in here because of the 7, 9. 9 is not there because of the 9 in this box. 9 is here. And we've removed all the 1-6s. So this is actually, incredibly, a 1-6 pair. And now we know the order of this. This is because of this 6 here. That's a 1. That's a 6. Remember, the 6 had to be surrounded by a 1 either here or there. Clearly, it's not there. Therefore, that's the 1. That's the 6. That's the 1. We haven't placed a 1 on the tree. Yes, we have. Therefore, this is not a 1. Hang on. I'm clearly made an error. I have made an error. I said the 1s and 6s are not on the tree, but here is 1 staring right on it. Yes. Right. We'll backtrack from this logic. Clearly, that wasn't the right way to progress this. I'm really surprised I can't quite see what this is yet. So we know that we need a 6 in here. It's 1, 3, 4, 6 to complete the column. Let me put this all in. 1, 3, 4, 6. So what I do know is it's not 3, 4. Because if this is a 1, that's high, that's got to be 6. If this is a 6, that's low, that's got to be a 1. So it's not 3, 4, that's 1, 6. That part is certain. Yeah, still too many options. It's okay. Let's see what can we do here. Let's do a bit of coloring of this German Whispers line. So these are purple, these are oranges. Can we tell which is which? If this is high, this would be a 7. Plausible. Just gonna, and only a 7 because we've got 6, 9, and 8 all in a column. If this is low, it's from 1, 2, or 3. Not great. Not great at all. If this is 7, it's not 7 because 1 and 2 are gone in the column. So purple is low, orange is high. And this is not 7. And this is high now, and it's not 8, it's not 9, it's 7. Can't be 6 because we'd end up with 2 1s in the box. So therefore this is not a 3 either. This is a 1-2 pair. Sadly, we don't know what the order is. 7 and 8 are gone. This could be 6 or 9. It's not 6 though, because we've got 1 6 in the row. That's 9. That's 7. That's 9. We knew that earlier because of the 7 we placed here. That's 5. That's 7. We need a 7 on the tree. And it's not here, it is here. And this is from 1, 2, or 3. Finally, we can actually figure out the order of this. This is the 6. This is the 1. This is a 6. This is another 1, 2, 3, 1. And this is from 1, 3, or 4. This is from 1, 3. Just gonna pencil mark that in. The 1 tells us this is a 6. 1, 2, 3. Still don't know the 4 or 8s, unfortunately. We do know there's 9s and 7s in box 8. Don't know what they are here just yet. We know this is from 3 or 4, both of which are viable because we have a 9 next to it. 3, 4 is fine. This is an 8 because of the row. Therefore, this is a 3. And that's all the German Whispers notes. Apologies. Please excuse the weird cut. That was just my reminder to take our dogs out for a walk. And I'm back, and I'm going to try and remember where I left things off. Let's see. So we need to place 4, 8, and 6 in here. That's the 4. Oh, not 8 and 6. 4, 6, and 5. Pardon me. So this is 4 or 5. 5 is not here. This is 4 or 6. And this is 4, 5, or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. Okay. We need to place 2, which we know is going to be up here because 1 and 2 are not available to join it on this white crocky dot. So that's the 2 with seemingly 4, 5, and 6. And 5 has to be here, joined with one of the 4 or 6s, both of which are available. It does mean this is not a 5. I think that was obvious because 5 has to be in here somewhere, given this is not a 5 either. We have the 3 here, eliminating the 2, 4, making this a 5, making this not 5. Let's see what else we've got. We placed all the low digits. We need here a 7, which helps with the 9 and 7. 4 and 8, and still not resolved. Well, actually, this is a 3. This is a 4. This is an 8. This is a 4. Still need a 1 on the branch. This can only be here. What else do we need on the branch? We need an 8, 8, 2. We're going to be here. And the last digit we need on the branch is a 5, which has to be here. And to complete the box, we will need a 7. 2 and 8 are actually resolved. 4, 5, and 6. This is a 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3. This is not a 3, not a 1 either, and that's a 2. That's also resolved. We need 4, 5, and 6. Again, with the 4, 5s, and 6. Yeah, we can resolve some of these now. 4, 2, 9. That's a 4 surely because we've got a double 5, 6. Therefore, this is not the 4. Still can be 4 or 6. This is not the 4 either. So that's 6 and then 4 and 5. 5, 4. Whoops. Pardon me. There. We have 4. Therefore, that's a 6. That's a 5. That's the 5. Clearly made an error somewhere. So, pardon me. I'm going to have to rewind a little bit. Right. That's 6. These are not 6. That's a 4-5 pair. Looking up here, that's a 6. That's a 4. These 2 4s. This is not 1 or 3. This is a 2. 4, 2. This is a 5. This is a 4. To complete the box, we need the row, we need a 1. We still need in here a 3 somewhere. That goes in there. We need a 4, which is here. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. 9. 1. 3. That's an 8. That's a 5. And if I've not made any other mistakes, that's a 6. Well, I guess the timing was still running whilst I was taking the dogs out for a walk. I don't think that was a 79-minute solve. I will take a look at what it was in the video, and I guess that would be the time. Willpower, as usual. What a phenomenal puzzle. Just in terms of, again, the drawings, the path for resolution of it, kind of the interplay with the crop keys, the German whispers, and the killer cages. Just, as always, a phenomenal construction. Thank you so much for constructing it and sharing it with all of us. Thank you for watching the video, and hope to see you for the next one. Bye for now.